War of Immortals is finally out, and that means we've got new Mythic rules to talk about. Hello, team players. Here are my top 5 Mythic callings in Pathfinder 2e. Now, there are some things to keep in mind. First, this is an optional system similar to Free Archetype, and by design, it is supposed to be very, very powerful. These callings do work essentially the same, but there's also edicts and anathema, which means there are things that you can and cannot do with Mythic rules, depending on which calling you end up picking. Now that all of that's out of the way, we can move on to what I consider to be the top 5 Mythic callings. Keep in mind, this is all my opinion, so it's very subjective. I'm going to start with Artisan's calling. This calling is very, very good if your character wants to use a shield, particularly if the character also has the quick repair feats. It also works extremely well for crafting characters. When you craft or repair an object, including vehicles and structures, you can spend a Mythic point to do it at Mythic Proficiency, which, if you don't know, Mythic Proficiency is above Legendary. It's 10 plus your level rather than 8 plus your level. This essentially makes crafting or repairing any item in the game practically trivial. In addition, the first time you critically succeed at a check to craft or repair an item, you regain 1 Mythic point. The edicts for Artisan calling are that you need to be the first to test out anything you created with your own hands, and you need to seek out or innovate new formulas. The anathema is to destroy anything created by other artisans, except for the purposes of learning how to use it effectively. Bookkeeper's calling is really good for when you want to make a lot of money quickly. When you use a lore skill to either recall knowledge or earn income, you can do it at Mythic Proficiency if you spend a Mythic point. And again, the first time each day that you critically succeed at a recall knowledge check using a library or a similar facility, you regain 1 Mythic point. The edicts are educate others or record new knowledge, and the anathema is destroy books, scrolls, and other similar things used to record knowledge, or refuse to share your knowledge with an earnest person. I could definitely see a wizard taking this Mythic calling, as a wizard would definitely want to use a library or something to that effect to recall knowledge. Caretaker's calling is one you should definitely consider if you are at least trained in medicine. When you treat disease, treat poison, or use battle medicine on a creature, you can do so at Mythic Proficiency if you spend a Mythic point. And the first time that you critically succeed on a check to treat wounds, you regain a Mythic point. It's treat wounds specifically, not the others. So this doesn't work with battle medicine, unfortunately. The edicts of this calling are to aid others and to heal the wounded regardless of where they come from. The anathema is to deny care to the disadvantaged and is to refuse to heal a creature that has surrendered. If you don't have a magical healer in the party, this is definitely one to pick up. At number 4, we have Guardian's calling. If you attempt to disarm, shove, or reposition an enemy, you can do so at Mythic Proficiency against any type of creature if you spend a Mythic point. Doesn't matter the size at all. And the first time each day that you critically succeed at one of these actions, you get a Mythic point back. The edicts of this calling are to place yourself in harm's way to protect your allies or innocent people. The anathema of this calling is to retreat from battle where your allies or innocent bystanders are in danger without taking every reasonable effort to rescue them first. This calling is really, really good. All these actions are especially good now, especially since Disarm has actually gotten buffed. in the remaster. Sage's Calling is good for any recall knowledge check, not just lore skills. When you roll recall knowledge, you can do so at Mythic proficiency by spending a Mythic point. Also, the first time each day that you critically succeed on a recall knowledge against a creature, you get back one of your Mythic points. The edicts are to reserve your knowledge for future generations and to seek out lost knowledge in dangerous places. The anathema is to destroy books or other repositories of knowledge and to lie in order to hide knowledge from the world. This one is especially good for rangers, especially ones that focus on recall knowledge. It's also pretty good for anybody who's good at recall knowledge. And those are my top 5 mythic callings in Pathfinder 2e. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Pathfinder 2e teamwork content. Don't worry, more War of Immortals content is coming. And if you guys are watching this video when it first comes out, I'm streaming BG3 over on Twitch right now. And if you guys want a party that's built around darkness, I've got some videos right here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, teamwork is vital. It helps us solve problems.